Hello everyone, this is Mr. Garza making you guys a video on how to graph a linear equation if it is in point slope form. This is point slope form here. As you can see, it is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. There are multiple ways to graph from point slope form. I'm going to show you guys the way that we talked about it in class. So the linear equation that we are dealing with is going to be y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 2. Okay, now this is the equation that we are dealing with here. And if I want to graph this from point slope form, I can convert this to slope intercept form. Now, off to the side, I'm going to write what slope intercept form is. Slope intercept form, just to help you recall this information, slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we often dealt with these two forms here when we were talking about these concepts in class. And in order for me to convert point slope form into slope intercept form, you guys will notice that the y is by itself here in slope intercept form. This is what we are going to do to point slope form. We are going to get that y by itself. So in order to do that, I need to distribute this 2 to everything inside of the parentheses, and I'm going to get y minus 1 equals, I don't do anything to this because there was nothing to do here, but I'm going to distribute the 2 into everything inside of the parentheses. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Now to get y by itself here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite of minus 1, which is adding 1 to both sides, and I'm going to add 1 here to the right side. These cancel out. Y equals 2x. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Now, you guys are going to see that now this is y is by itself. This is slope-intercept form. This is going to tell me two things. One, this is going to tell me my y-intercept, which is b, and it's going to tell me my slope, which is m. Okay, so my b, or my y-intercept, this is where I begin my graph, and on the y-axis, my y-intercept is negative 3. Now, from that point, I'm going to be able to use my slope to move m. I'm going to use m to move. This is slope. And my slope, as you guys can see here, is 2. Now, if I want to write this as rise over run to help me identify which directions to move, I am going to make this whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. And I'm going to go up 2 and right 1 on my graph. Okay, so I'm going to use this graph paper under here, and I'm going to use all of this information that we have identified here to graph this equation. Okay, so here is my graph, and the equation that I'm going to be graphing is y equals 2x minus 3. And we've identified two things. We've identified our y-intercept is negative 3, and we've identified our slope is 2 over 1, which means I go up 2 and right 1. So let's begin graphing this. I'm going to begin at negative 3 on my y-axis, which is going to be here. And I'm going to use my slope, which is up 2 over 1, to get to the next point. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And if I want to go the opposite direction, I go down 2 and left 1. Okay, so now I have enough points there to graph this linear equation. Use any kind of straight edge that you have. I'm going to use this card. You guys can use a ruler or a notebook. Put arrows at the end to indicate that this line will continue forever. And I have successfully graphed this linear equation, which started in point slope form. We converted it to slope intercept form. I was able to identify my y-intercept and my slope, and I used those pieces to graph this linear equation.